Hi there, and welcome to the show. You're listening to another Effisode. Every other Tuesday, I release a short bit about whatever's going on in the Parks household or whatever's in my head at the time. It's a way for you to get to know me a little better in between my rare disease interviews. Okay, about a bazillion of you have been asking for an update on Ford's summer camp experience. And my cheeks are still hurting because I'm so happy. Okay, so you see, this summer, our family, Ford, had the privilege of being a part of something truly remarkable. And it's something that has left a lasting impact on our hearts and, yes, our cheekbones and our smiles and our laughing. Oh my gosh, it's just the best. And it's a story that embodies the spirit of resilience and community and the sheer power of human kindness. And I'm so excited to tell you all about it. So my little dude Ford, like many of the children that we all have, they face unique challenges due to their rare genetic conditions or undiagnosed disorders. And his daily life is filled with medical appointments, procedures, therapies, and a constant need for support. And as parents, we've always strived to give Ford the best opportunities to thrive and experience the joys of childhood, even if sometimes it is the most Herculean effort that is even comprehensible. And so this summer camp, wow, what an incredible journey. It is called Camp STAM, and it's through Seattle Children's Hospital here. This camp was founded by an extraordinary human being, and he became a beacon of hope for so many, which is so evident by the volunteers that have continued to volunteer there for 40-something years. And it brought so much warmth to our hearts. I couldn't stop watching the video of it on their website beforehand. Go check it out at seattlechildrens.org and search Camp STAM. So as it turned out, it was a dream come true for Ford and for our family. The moment we arrived, we were greeted by an army of volunteers who just radiated with warmth and compassion. And it was so clear from the start that they were not just here to run the camp and be the counselors and be the staff. They were literally there to create an unforgettable experience. And you know when you are in the presence of someone who's going to be working with your kid and you just know. You know if they like kids, you know if they like their job, you know if they know how to communicate with kids like yours. We just know. And these people just swooped in. It was amazing. And it was also just the most incredible level of understanding and expertise that they all possessed. From the very first, big long form that I had filled out months and months and months before, you know what I'm talking about, where you have to put every single piece of information that you've ever had down. And then normally you have to regurgitate it over and over and over to the same people. I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to do that at all. When I showed up, they were well-versed in everything about him. They had a clipboard and it was check, check, check. They knew how to use his feeding tube. They knew all the meds he was on and when and where and how. They knew about putting on his AFOs and pushing down his leg properly. And they knew about his wheelchair. I mean, everything up to this moment was perfectly planned for them and they were all set. And it was like they had known Ford forever. And so I think what really, really touched my heart the most was just the absolute confidence and the reassurance. Just not being bombarded with all the questions and the concerns. And instead, do you know what they said? Do you know what they said to me? They said, "Don't call us, we'll call you." And I seriously had to laugh. And this woman was dead serious. And really it was sheer relief just knowing that he was in the best of hands. And it was also just so interesting to be on this side as this parent, this caregiver who's constantly going over the motions, right? Here's how you feed him. Here's his tics. Here's his this. I didn't have to do any of that. And I got to stop and watch myself and just not do it and trust the process. And it was just, Ford couldn't get away from me fast enough to start enjoying his new friends, and I couldn't get out of there fast enough to allow him to do that and to also just not be on, right? It was really a full body experience. Sideways, the theme of the camp was The Lion King, which was really serendipitous, actually, because just weeks before, Ford had randomly started watching The Lion King again. And on his own, like watching 2 parts in particular repeatedly, which he does. And it was almost like he was primed and ready for the incredible adventure of the Lion King at Camp Stam. And what an adventure it was. I've seen a few photos when I showed up, and he got a little crown for being the Bubble Prince, which meant he was the happiest person alive during the Bubble Machine game, which of course he was. He made friends and he was accepted, and he had moments of independence that me for sure, and maybe even he never thought possible. And the magic of the Lion King was just the cherry on top. And I think one particular memory that stands out for me is as I pulled back up to pick up Ford on the very last day, this adorable little boy named Sammy ran up to me, hugged my leg, and his face was just beaming. And he told me that Ford and him were best friends. Sammy and Ford's genuine friendship and the way he stayed with us for like 30 minutes while we packed up the minivan, I will cherish forever. He just had his arm around Ford's shoulder. Ford has said Sammy like 10 times a day since we left. And it was just incredible. The bonds that were formed, even between all of his counselors that were hanging out at the end, was just everything. It wasn't just a camp. It was a haven of inclusion and support for children like Ford. And it was a place for them to be themselves, and where their unique abilities were celebrated, and where they literally made new friendships that transcended their medical conditions. It left a profound impact on our family, and it reminded us that even in the face of adversity, there are individuals and communities like everyone at Camp Stam willing to go above and beyond to make a difference. It's absolutely a testament to the power of empathy and compassion and the extraordinary potential that lies within each one of our children, regardless of their challenges. I am not gatekeeping the name of this camp. It is Camp Stam, ran through Seattle Children's, and this opportunity is fully funded by kind, amazing human beings who donate to it. I kid you not. And I want you to know the name because I want there to be more competition. I want someone to be inspired to create this haven of inclusion for kids like ours. I don't know, maybe reach out to your children's hospital and see if this is something that, it can be connected to, because we need more of these. Our children deserve to have summer camp experiences like these, and parents like us deserve to press the off button for real on our vigilance game. So anyways, that was Camp Stam. Obviously, I'm still really emotional about it because it was amazing. If you have any other questions, please go ahead and email me or message me, whatever. And I'm happy to tell you anything. And I hope that y'all can find a camp like that somewhere near you for your beautiful children.